So guys, today back on a video on the channel. Today we're here for the Newcastle United versus Watford preview. It's a massive game for the sake of Newcastle United. We are absolutely desperate for a win. Watford have had a good start of the season, coming back up from the Championship to the Premier League. They've had a good start and we really need to be up to their level, because if we're not, it's going to be a long hard season. Like what I said in the player ratings, boys, thank you very much for 10k subscribers. It does mean the world. And yeah, it's been a couple of days now, but you're seeing this video the day after the first FIFA 22 stream, and I can't wait. I'm recording this on Tuesday. This goes out Thursday. Can't wait for the stream. That's why I'm recording it a day before what I normally do. Anyways, boys, we'll look at Watford, look at Newcastle, look how they've started off their season, key players to look out for, and we'll have to get into the video now, boys. Let's look at Watford then. Right then, Watford have had a really good start of the season. Obviously, they've came up from the Championship to the Premier League, and I think everyone's got that slight little connection now with Watford because of the sake of one man and one man only. It's the cycling JK. He played against Norwich in their last Premier League game, in their last Premier League win. Will he play against Newcastle? It'll be his first goal pro in the goal at home at Vicarage Road in the Premier League, so it'll be one to remember, but we'll have to wait and see. Watford obviously have had a good start. Obviously, I think they won their first game against Aston Villa. They had a really good start, and then in the last couple of weeks, they haven't even looked bad in the games that they've lost. Like, they lost 2-0 to Wolves, which is fair enough, it happens. Only lost 1-0 to Tottenham at their stadium as well. But then they beat Norwich 3-1. They beat Crystal Palace 1-0 in the Cup. They beat Aston Villa, obviously. They've had a good start of the season. And Watford's one of the teams that Newcastle just never win. We never have and never will. At St James's Park, we picked up points against them. At Vicarage Road, we've won 4 games against Watford at Vicarage Road in the club's history. It's getting to the point where it's like, just fucking do something, boys, because if we've gone into games like this with a mindset of, oh, this is what happened in the past, we'll get battered. We really will. So we need to go into games like this and just fucking go for it. You know what I mean? But we'll speak about Newcastle in a second. Key players for Watford, obviously a winger who's very skillful, very fast and very strong. It's Ismail Assar. Great player. Obviously signed them for 30 million, then got relegated. You would have thought maybe a team would come in for him, but they didn't. He played in the Championship, stunned the Championship like there was no tomorrow, back into the Prem, and it looks like he's never left the Prem with the amount of goals and assists he's getting. Emil Dennis, a bloke who scored 2 goals against Real Madrid in the Champions League, is now playing for Watford and scoring goals. He scored on his debut against Aston Villa, then scored against Norwich on the weekend. Josh King, another good signing for them. Obviously, he left Bournemouth as a free transfer. Well, left Everton as a free transfer after going there for whatever reason, didn't get played. Now at Watford, and it's like you're naming all these players, and it's like, why could we not show the ambition to sign a player like that? Josh King behind Callum Wilson with Maxi Almiron, with obviously Fraser knowing him, and it would all work just by getting one player. He's not on high wages or anything. Why not just show the commitment and go for him? Club don't care. Simple as fuck. Other players, big man Moussa Sissoko signed for them as well. Like, how's he signing for Watford? Yes, he got brought out of the Tottenham team a little bit, and he was struggling to get game time and whatnot, but he done well for himself to get a move, and now he's going to be playing week in, week out at Watford. Obviously a former Newcastle man, and the way he left our club, really disrespectful, really dissing us as we got relegated, to then go to Tottenham for 30 million. Did they get the worth out of him, Tottenham? Probably not. Will Watford get the best out of Moussa Sissoko? Time will tell. They've got a good defence, Watford, as well. They've got Firmino in right back. They've got a lot of variety in defence, and that's what you need. You need players to just go, right, can you play? You're injured, so you can play. That's one thing that we struggle with. We've got a good starting 11, but the substitutes and whatnot, it's bittersweet. It really is. But I said Watford would go down at the start of the season. When you look how they've started the season, I know it's only been 5 games and there's still another 33 to go. You look at that and think they could stay up, but then you could look at Newcastle and go, we're going to go down, but it's a tough one to take. But you've got to look at the reality of how we've started off the season. We've been shit and they've been good, and that's the facts. It really is. But I'm Watford will go into this game wanting to win. They'll have 20k fans. screaming, shouting, whatever they want. It'll be probably a nice sunny day in London, and I bet they'll be up for it. They really will. They've got a good team and a good side, and I'm not surprised if they do pull out the bag and show Newcastle up. It wouldn't really surprise us, boys. But let's speak about Newcastle then. Right then, Newcastle, obviously our last game was against Leeds. It was a 1-1 draw at St James's Park. The goal from saint-maximin. We performed alright. It wasn't the best. We could have done a lot more. Probably could have got Leeds a little bit more, but Leeds are a good side, don't get us wrong. If that's against a team like Watford, Brentford, Norwich, if you're drawn 1-1 like that, I would be very disappointed. But since Leeds finished 9th last season, we've got some good players, Rafinha, Rodrigo, Bamford, many more. A 1-1, I think it was a fair result on the night. But going into this game, it's the main talking point for Newcastle at the minute is saint-maximin. Obviously he's got 4 goal contributions in 5 games, more than Sancho, more than Grealish, more than Bernardo Silva, more than Riyad Mahrez. He's had a good start to the season, Maxi, and I'm only hoping for more. I really am. Well, the fact is though, as well, we're playing him in an unpreferred position, but he's shining. He's shining in a shit toxic club at the minute, and he's like literally our only hope. Like, we're going into games and just like the tactics are pass to Maximin, and if Maxi has the ball, just let him do whatever. If we don't have the ball, it's pass it to Maximin. There's no sort of like team building any sort of way. There's not like, oh, I'll pass it to the midfield to then pass it out wide to then get to the wing back. Yes, sometimes you've got to do that when Maxi's on the opposite side of the pitch, but most of the time it's Maxi gets the ball on the halfway line, takes on about 6 players, passes it to Joe Linton, and then he fucks it up. That's the real insight of Newcastle United at the minute. But we are desperate for a win. We've picked up 2 points after 5 games. I know we've played West Ham, we've played Man United, but this is a game you need to win. And is it going to come? It's going to be a tough one to decide when you look at our recent form. Watford obviously were having a good start of the season, and obviously we don't really win down there. It's going to be a tough one to think like, can we just pull out the bag and show them up? But it's going to be a different game to experience. Obviously Watford have been in the Championship and back up to the Prem. Could they handle Newcastle? Obviously at the season we last played them, they beat us in it was in July. I remember it was in July when obviously it was during COVID and whatnot, and they beat us 2-1, 2 penalties by Troy Deeney. And I remember they deserved it in the second half, and you just think of all the things like that, like Watford constantly beating at Vicarage Road. The last time we won at Vicarage Road was 2010, fucking 11 years ago. It's not like we've not played them. We've played them. We've been at Vicarage Road a good 5 or 6 times in the FA Cup as well when we got beat. We just need to pick up the points, and for me a draw's not good enough. When you look at the real answer this at the end of the season, Watford are going to be around our position with us, and this is a game where it might look like nothing now because we're only 6 games in, but could be the difference of Newcastle staying up and getting relegated. You just don't know if that is the case or not. You've just got to go into the game and just try to win, because if you don't and think, oh well, we're only in match day 6, it doesn't matter, because you can't leave it at the end of the stick, because we've got such a tough Christmas, and I think people forget that. In these types of games, we've got Wolves after this, after Watford. You would expect at least 4 points if you want any sort of realisation of Premier League football next season. We've just got to hope that we can, and if we didn't, who knows. But there will be a predicted team video out on Friday. Obviously I'll see Steve Bruce's press conference, see who's injured, see who's available or whatever. But that is the end of the preview, boys. Make sure to leave a like, boys, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Obviously thank you very much for 10k subs, it does mean the world. And yeah, boys, I'll see you all. You've seen the stream yesterday. I'm streaming the day before. It's mad, but see you all for the predicted team video tomorrow, and obviously the game on Saturday afternoon in the normal time, 3 o'clock. See you in the next one, boys.